10 fun?
And welcome here to Chatham as the Oak Knoll School of the Holy Child welcomes you to Kemmerer Field for today's New Jersey Lacrosse Prep A Championship game between the 3-seeded Kent Place Dragons and the top-seeded Oak Knoll Royals. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the visiting Kent Place Dragons. A freshman starting in the attack, number 16, Caitlin Troiano. Senior attack, number 28. Sophomore defender, number 24, Riley Doyle. And a senior in goal, number 35, Charlotte Cote. Assistant coach of the staff is Melissa Weber. The head coach of the Dragons in her 8th season is Ashley Quinn. The Kent Place Dragons. Now let's meet the starting lineup today for the Oak Knoll Royals. A senior on the attack, number 44, Sophia Loschert. Sophomore attack, number 26, Lauren Dietrich. Sophomore attack, number 34, Heather DeCesar. Sophomore attack, number 16, Ellie Cusimano. Senior midfielder and co-captain, number 55, Carson Didden. Junior midfielder, number 4, Betsy Burton. And freshman midfielder, number 19, Genevieve Gunther. A sophomore defender, number 8, Caroline Monks. Sophomore defender, number 28, Gael Jones. Sophomore defender, number 5, Carly Caesar. Sophomore defender, number 47, Caroline Van Rapport. And a senior co-captain in goal, number 77, Grace Smith. Assistant coaches for the Royals, Megan Cassidy, Brittany Carlin, Carrie Spiker, and Mr. Charlie Spinelli. The head coach in her 4th season coaching the Royals is Gianna Scroy. The Oak Knoll Royals. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise, remove your hats, as we honor America and those who serve and protect our freedoms with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome live here to Green Village, New Jersey, in the township of Chatham. Here from Play-by-Play Productions on YouTube. I'm Ralph Bednarczyk. It's time for the 2024 New Jersey Girls Lacrosse Prep A Championship game as six-time defending champion Oak Knoll, the top seed in a 12-4 overall, ranked number 3 in the state of New Jersey. They take on the 3 seed, the Kent Place Dragons, here at 14-3, 5-0 in the Stars and Stripes Blue Division, coming in with really 4 very tight games, and Kent Place looking to topple in-town rival Oak Knoll today. And basically a battle of summit with both programs, both schools located in very close proximity to one another. Good afternoon and welcome. Again, Ralph Bednarczyk on hand. The Oak Knoll Royals here with the state cutoff being Saturday. They are in great position to potentially be the top seed for the upcoming state non-public A tournament. They start the day second behind Trinity Hall, only 4 points behind. Kent Place is in third, and for the Dragons, this is an opportunity and to really see their program build up and see if they can compete today with Oak Knoll, take them deep into the second half, as Kent Place has not defeated Oak Knoll going back in my research through at least 2011. But the Dragons have one of their best teams in the last decade. Last year, 10-11. 2 years ago, 15-5, losing to Oak Knoll in the non-public A semifinals. And this is a team that looks to be very capable of getting at least that deep, if not further, if the matchups present themselves well for 8th-year coach Ashley Quinn. Might be some light raindrops here in Green Village, but otherwise this is an immaculate turf, and it should not affect the game much. And for 4th-year coach Gianna Scroy, this is a super young team for Oak Knoll, including with a key injury. So even though they are playing well, they're coming in off of a loss at the hands of Summit 11-3 in the Union County Tournament Finals. So they're looking to regroup for themselves, take care of business today, and then in their next game against West Essex, and then Saturday against Ridgewood. In the last day of the state cutoff, particularly that Ridgewood game will be critical in addition to this one, to see if Oak Knoll can get another #1 seed in non-public A. Kent Place in the road, green on green, Oak Knoll in the white on white. First, the Oak Knoll starters. Senior first year as a full-time starter, Grace Smith, committed to Division III Power Middlebury. Her back line, low 4 defenders, sophomore Caroline Van Rophorst, sophomore Carly Caesar, sophomore Gael Jones. Caesar and Gael Jones are both second-year starters. Caroline Monks is the 4th starter. 4 sophomores on the low D in front of a senior. The midfield, senior Carson Didden with junior Betsy Burton. Both of them are Division I signees. Didden to Notre Dame. Burton is a verbal commitment to Georgetown. And freshman Genevieve Gunter. On the attack, sophomore Ellie Cusimano, sophomore Heather DeCaesar, sophomore Lauren Dietrich, surrounding senior Sophia Loschert, a returning high school All-American, the leading scorer with 61 points, first-team All-State last year, and a signee with Georgetown. For 4th-year coach Gianna Scroy. And for Kent Place, they don't have a deep bench. It's a small school. It would be among probably the top 15-20% smallest schools if they were in Group 1. Only about 75-80 students per grade. About 300 students, 9 through 12 is their average. But Kent Place comes up with the opening draw control, and they'll have it here and establish possession. Freshman Caitlin Troiano on the attack with senior Lee Gomes, a signee with Stony Brook. Sarah Stavrovich, a commitment to Division III Bates, and sophomore Molly Brzezowski. The midfield led by the Quinn sisters, senior Emma Claire Quinn, signed with Boston College, sophomore Caitlin Quinn, younger sister, and freshman Mira Emini. And for the Dragons, certainly tempo to this game would be important because they don't have a lot of experience off the bench they can turn to. As on the drive, Lily Gomes with a little hesitation, then Gomes will take on her defender and finish one-on-one. Gomes is a 4-year starter, second leading scorer for Kent Place with her 43rd. A very creative player, describes Ashley Quinn, who's playing for Mike Walsh and company in the Steps Lacrosse organization located here based in Union County and in Morristown. So she starts off the scoring. And for Kent Place, can they play with a lead today, which would help them in terms of saving their legs? Of course, like in any sport, when you're playing behind, you have to expend so much energy just to catch up. as one of the notable keys, in addition to, of course, possessions. This one will be decided off the circle. Gomes, 28 in green, had it momentarily. And as they battle, it'll be a call that will go against Kent Place. So Oak Knoll with Gael Jones here to get it ahead to Sophia Loschert. And Loschert to work offensively for Oak Knoll. Rest of the starters for Kent Place. The low D does have some experience in front of senior Charlotte Cote, who is a first-year starter, 90 saves on the year. Cote will play at Division III Williams in the NESCAC after being and spending 3 years on the JV because Kent Place had a lot of depth at the goalie position. Feed in front, as this one intended for Lauren Dietrich was broken up. And the Dragons battle for the ground ball at a tough GB, picked up by Mira Emini. And remember that name certainly on the Division I track. Emini has made an impact right away. So gritty, especially for Ashley Quinn, playing very physically above her grade. Here is Emini. And she'll drop it back off. Claire Pawlowski, a 3-year starter defensively. Rachel Ryder, also a 3-year starter, will play at Division III Oberlin. Sophomore Riley Doyle and junior Ava Shannon. Both of those are first-year starters on the low D in front of Cody. Emini. And Emini will pick up the clear. Down low it comes. Movement and a finish inside. 2-0 Kent Place. They're able to dump it down low inside for a goal. Kent Place has converted a pair. And that was Molly Brzezowski with her 18th of the season. Such great versatility as Brzezowski started off last year as a low defender, moved to midfield, this year to attack. Valued ice hockey player too at Kent Place. So Brzezowski has made it 2-0 after Kent Place was able to turn over Oak Knoll. So this is a young Oak Knoll group, but very talented. They'll have numerous Division I players as Caitlin Quinn comes up with the draw control. But for Gianna Scroy, they are still learning a lot about the varsity game. And Gianna just ahead of this one, that Kent Place in this case, they are the older team. And running a backer zone. And particularly with two very likely, if not three likely, Division I midfielders on this Kent Place team, how will Oak Knoll be able to play well as a unit against those Dodges? Will be a key today as Sarah Stavrovich. Stavrovich is pestered outside by Carly Caesar. Lily Gomes. Gomes able to sweep. Gomes continuing and got the hands geared up. Nice little trail check, very subtly done by Betsy Burton. However, picked up off the line, the restart, the ball never went out, and a finish in front. Caitlin Quinn, 3-0 Kent Place. This is the start that Kent Place dreamed about. A timeout taken by Oak Knoll. So the Royals, to talk it over, off of an 18-4 season, they had to fill close to 7 full-time starters out of their 8 seniors. And then they unfortunately lost over the winter their number 1 projected draw controller, Kelsey Scully, tearing her ACL for the second time. She'll play at Division III Trinity, and they really miss Scully. So in addition to that, so it's really -9 players. And there's only 4 to 5 upperclassmen playing consistently in games for Oak Knoll. Meanwhile, for Kent Place at 14-3, as we see them, it's the strength for Ashley Quinn has been about the belief and trust in one another. They have won 3 one-goal games and another 2-goal game. Kent Place started off the season with losses to area powers and state and really national powers Summit and Mendham, before then ripping off a winning streak of 14 in a row that ended about 10 days ago at Summit in the Union County semifinals. So they have had a lot to think about and stew over. But a 1-goal win over Trinity Hall is a big one in Game 3. that set the tone, especially freshmen that stepped into key roles for Ashley Quinn that had to learn to work together with the older kids. That win gave them a lot of confidence. Later, 1-goal wins April 18th against Morris Knolls, and then a 1-goal win over Chatham and a 2-goal win on the road at Immaculate Heart for the Dragons. And that's why they are right now third in the power points, right behind Oak Knoll in the non-public A standings. And they come up with a draw control from Emma Claire Quinn. Emma Claire able to self-draw, and off to Caitlin Quinn, and here are the Dragons trying to build on a 3-0 lead. Off the shake and the score! Caitlin Quinn able to dodge left. Caitlin Quinn, not Emma, is the leading scorer for the Dragons at this point. That's her 59th of the season. Second consecutive for Caitlin Quinn from a long line of Quinns that have played lacrosse. And the two daughters of Coach Ashley Quinn. There is a third on the way in Addison. Emma Claire Quinn draws it outside, and Caitlin Quinn with an uncontested, clean pickup. And here is Kent Place here in the opening quarter. That still has 8 minutes remaining. And a chance to chew up some more clock and continue to set the tone. Lily Gomes. Emily. Feed into the 8. The shot that hit the pipe. The shot hit the pipe by Caitlin Quinn. Recovery, Sarah Stavrovich. Emily. Oak Knoll with a man-to-man pressure defense that has been their identity. Here's that heavy pressure up top from Bessie Burton. Caitlin Quinn swings it, Lily Gomes. Brzezowski, met by Van Raphorst. Stavrovich. Stavrovich able to swing here for Caitlin Troiano. Good ball movement here, and then the pass read well and intercepted. Fantastic trail defending from senior captain Carson Didden. Truly a first-year starter, third year in the varsity for Didden, who has had to grow up quickly as one of the youngest Oak Knoll teams perhaps that John Escroy will ever have. And she comes up with the interception, and remember that play should Oak Knoll be able to come back from behind, preventing a 5-goal deficit. And now the Royals have it. Genevieve Gunter under pressure of Emily will recover the overthrown pass. Loschert, it is a backer zone defense that the Dragons are employing. They will truly mix it up, multiple zones for Ashley Quinn's team. The good news is that she does have two senior defenders that can play the post in Pawlowski and Ryder. Cusimano, and she'll skip it over the top. Dietrich for Cusimano. At some point here in the first quarter, we'll see Oak Knoll's terrific finisher, second leading scorer, Zoe Harmony, come on. 38 goals, 5 assists. Harmony had to miss practice yesterday, is okay to play. So Heather DeCesar will get the opportunity in the first quarter. But no matter who is in there, certainly for the Royals, for this young team, it has been all about trying to connect and play as a unit, as Sophia Loschert has been able to carry the mail for a lot of games. But they're hoping to grow and evolve against top competition to become truly a quality 7-on-7 unit. Good pressure on the back on Cusimano. Cusimano, great unselfishness. Feed to the front. Cusimano made it happen for Betsy Burton. Ellie Cusimano, in her first year on the varsity, had a great JV season last year. Came back in great shape, and she is benefiting perhaps from the injury to Scully and a good ball movement. Cusimano had a double team blitz her, and she was able to not panic and get rid of it inside for the pass. So Cusimano the dish, and Betsy Burton the goal, her 20th of the season, to make it 4-1. And the Royals are able to pay off the defensive work done by Carson Didden. And a missed first-time ground ball by Gunther, and it'll go back to Kent Place. So certainly an area here for Oak Knoll where they fell behind early into the second quarter against Summit on Saturday in an 11-3 final. They took a yellow card, and things really snowballed on the team for the Royals, trying to prevent that from happening here. Meanwhile, for the Dragons, as they try to reconnect their momentum, Emily had a trail check from behind and a tough ground ball gathered by Oak Knoll's Carly Caesar. So back-to-back caused turnovers by the Royals defense. As Oak Knoll will look for the clear. Monks will go through the middle here for Betsy Burton. Burton's from Chatham. Her older sister Claire Burton played at Brown out of Oak Knoll class of 21. Was all Union County and played for the Royals. Sophia Loschert. Cusimano will skip it over the top. Dietrich on the catch. Loschert showing patience. Remember, no shot clock in high school girls lacrosse. That is on the way, though. New York State will be starting it in 2025. Private schools have it in the MIAA in Maryland, so it is certainly around the corner. Maybe the current freshman might experience the shot clock. Cusimano on the feed, drive to the front, and Loschert is taken down and will have the game's first 8-meter. Sophia Loschert, a 3-year starter, was contained by Summit Saturday in the Union County final to 1-1. Loschert to take it in and place. Loschert with a physical take from the 8, makes it 4-2. And not just a captain, but someone that Oak Knoll's players, especially all their underclassmen, have learned to feed off of her championship mentality. Loschert was on the team 2 years ago that went 21-5, lost to Summit 10-4 in the Tournament of Champions final, the last ever Tournament of Champions final, at least as of this moment. Most coaches hope that someday we'll have that tournament format continue again. And it just provided not just tremendous entertainment, but also tremendous competition level for all the future collegians, and just tremendous fun for all as Betsy Burton. A one-hand grab off the circle, and the Royals have built up some momentum. They trailed 4-0 less than 7 minutes in. Gael Jones. Didden will reverse pivot here for Betsy Burton, and a quality clear from Oak Knoll. So the Royals are in as Maris McGinty comes on, number 2 in white. And she adds a speed dimension. Only a sophomore, but a lefty, fast midfielder. And also Zoe Harmonty has come in for the first time, number 40. That pass intercepted. Reading the passing lane was Caitlin Quinn, as under pressure was Ellie Cusimano. Putting on the brakes is Caitlin Quinn. And Kent Place will look for a low turbulence clear. Ava Shannon will get the job done. A first-year starter. Her speed and quickness has translated to put her on the low D. But this is an overpass. However, grabbed by Stavrovich. Or check that rather, that's 24, Riley Doyle. And Kent Place certainly showing their experience here in this opening quarter. Thought it was well said by Ashley Quinn about the goal has been winning small moments and not being necessarily thinking about winning and losses in the moment of things, but small moments to carry us forward into positive outcomes. Gomes sweeping across, and the shot bothered from behind. I think it was either Didden or Carly Caesar for the second time, preventing a shot. Then that pass up top, stolen away by Monks. Or check that rather, that is for Burton. Now over the top it comes Sophia Loescher. Numbers for the Royals. Loescher firing, and it's deflected. Harmony will regroup. Oak Knoll will have to settle for 7-on-7. Short time here, 15 seconds left. And what is an entertaining opening quarter here from Green Village in the township of Chatham. In the New Jersey Prep A championship game, 6-time defending champion Oak Knoll trailing. On the face dodge, and there is a call against Carson Didden. We may have a card coming out that'll start the second quarter with more momentum for Oak Knoll. So the Royals have captured every championship since 2016 in this event, but they trail Kent Place 4-2 as we go to the second quarter from Play by Play Productions on YouTube. And welcome back from Play by Play Productions. You're watching the 2024 New Jersey Girls Lacrosse Prep A Championship. Top-seeded Oak Knoll trails 3-seeded Kent Place 4-2 as we start the second quarter. The Royals have won this championship 6 straight times. Last time they were defeated, 2016. They've won 8 straight non-public A titles. This year they had their third 3-in-a-row Union County Tournament Championships come to an end by rival Summits. Those two have clashed 8 straight years. Meanwhile, Kent Place at 14-3, 5-0 out of their Stars and Stripes Blue division. And it's as experienced of a Kent Place team as they can get for a small school that averages around just 75 students per grade. Girls-only schools. So Kent Place among the small schools in that designation, as the draw control again handled by Kent Place, Caitlin Quinn. So Caitlin drops it off here for Mira Emini. And the Dragons back to work. They jumped out 4-0. They forced a 3-0 timeout by Gianna Scroy of Oak Knoll to try to settle down her young team before Carson didn't make a key play, trailing 4-0 with a defensive interception, as now this pass away from Emily, and Loshirt will let the ball go out. So a turnover to start this second quarter. Thought we might have a card at the end of the quarter, but we did not. Here is Loshirt quickly on the pickup, and it's a 1-goal game. Sophia Loshirt that time not even waiting to see if Kent Place will have a chance to double. She knew, let's take that opportunity to push, and she is able to bury it. Second for Loshirt, first in a settled situation, and 54 in the year to make it 4-3. Loshirt's season high was 7 goals, early season win at Northern Highlands. 63 goals, 79 points as a sophomore. Last year, 89 and 16 for 105, and she'll play for Ricky Freed at Georgetown. Draw control, and right now the job is being done there by Genevieve Gunter, putting the ball into open territory. Open turf for Betsy Burton to have uncontested ground balls. So here are the Royals, and they have certainly settled down, and they have a chance to equalize. Lauren Dietrich shovels over for Loshirt and will get shooting space. So the Royals with good ball movement, and Sophia Loshirt to the 8 against Charlotte Cody. Loshirt created the angle. She hit the pipe with the shot. Rachel Ryder had the ball find her, but it is well redefended by Lauren Dietrich. Dietrich, such a team player as just a sophomore. And she immediately went into attack mode to win that ball back for the Royals, and did so cleanly. Feed to the front, and that ball dropped. It would have been an easy sneak for Ellie Cusimano, and here is Cody to regroup. So Kent Place and certainly in great need of a quality possession. Emini with Cusimano pressing out and Crowd in the middle. Now the ball knocked down by Loshirt and taken away. Numbers for the Royals. Feed to Harmony. Harmony settles and scores. Sophia Loshirt able to cause the turnover. Zoe Harmony entering the game with her 39th, and the Royals have climbed out of that early hole. It's now 4-4. So a failed clear for Kent Place. Harmony, a junior who is a fantastic shooter. And that time, that was a gimme. She had 6 goals, a career high, in an early season game, the first meeting, the regular season meeting at Summit. That was an 8-7 win by Oak Knoll before the Hilltoppers returned to favor. Loshirt off the circle is able to dislodge it from Emini. And Dietrich turns on the brakes before she was met by Ava Shannon. Oak Knoll searching for their first lead. The Royals ranked number 3 in the state in the last NJ.com top 20 poll. And a usual tough schedule that was put together. And even for a younger side, Gianna Scroy, of course, there is a very high standard. The bar is set very high in this program, and they're not going to shy away from playing tough teams. This year, I think even more tough out-of-state or out-of-section teams. Good anticipation there from Riley Doyle just to break it up. Dietrich under pressure and a reset now for the Royals. This year they took on Sacred Heart of Greenwich in a 3-goal loss. Defeated Sacred Heart of Long Island 7-5. Went to Garden City in a tournament on Long Island, lost there 12-8. Garden City, again, a heavy favorite to capture Long Island Class B. Or actually Class Single A, because there's new classifications in New York, but Garden City a heavy favorite to capture Long Island, and once they got off the island, they are pretty much a shoo-in for at least playing in the state final in New York. And Garden City all year has been ranked in the top 10 in girls. Good little extra pass by Harmony. Not forcing it there was Betsy Burton. And Burton realized she had the defender on her hip. Could have been a dangerous propel. Dietrich. And it's an offense predicated on creating openings for cutting and feeding instead of drives. And the quick ball movement has been here for Oak Knoll. They have just not found, I think, enough cutters through the middle here. What is nearly a 3-minute long possession. Just the one time to Burton, who is not in enough open position to shoot. So an excellent job by Kent Place in their zone defense as they pick up a foul. And that'll give everybody a chance to catch their breath. So Didden moves it back behind for Heather DeCesar. Quinn may have gotten away with a little bit of a bump. Loschert. Burton. No angle there for Genevieve Gunther to attack. Now off the face dodge, Didden. Well, we are well past a college shot clock, and Kent Place defensively holding on well. Now a feed inside, Burton, and Burton took a little bump from Rachel Ryder. And when they see that on the film, Ryder did not really need to do that. That might have been a dangerous propel had Burton decided to shoot. So it puts Betsy Burton on the 8. Leads the team in draw controls. Burton firing and making the save low. Off stick side is Cody. The Royals win the ball the end line. And they'll keep it moving towards a 4-minute possession. 5:35 left in our second quarter. Burton retreating out of the 8. Swung for Didden. Looks like a backer zone does remain with Ava Shannon being the backer in that, but an exhausted Ava Shannon in the middle, 15 in green, trying to apply some pressure on the ball. Harmony. Harmony looked inside for Burton. Feed into Burton was deflected. And again, a good job by Betsy Burton not to force the issue. Face dodge from Didden was closed down. Loschert was pressured outside by Emma Claire Quinn. DeCesar up top, Didden. Charlotte Cody has made one save during this 4+ minute possession. Oak Knoll looking for the lead in the New Jersey Prep A Championship. They have won 6 straight titles in this event. Small tournament, typically 4 to 5 programs that are in it. This year we had 5. Blair Academy participated. Same schools usually, not always do. Feed in tight for Burton. Burton would have been open to shoot, could not gather, and it is recovered by Heather DeCesar. Harmony with a nice roll, and good effective defending by Kent Place. A lot of cues from the college level for Kent Place, the way to defend, mixing up numerous zones. We have not seen them go man-to-man. They have been primarily a zone team this year. And can they force Oak Knoll into a mistake? And it would be fascinating to count all the passes that Oak Knoll has made in this possession. That's now pushing 5 minutes. And we're talking, could they have made 100 passes? Dietrich across, Harmony, and she missed the look. Ball stays in the field of play. It actually hit DeCesar. Heather DeCesar looks okay. Now the official may have to, he has to check out because I think Heather DeCesar may have gotten hit in the face. DeCesar kept playing, but I think the official, by rule, he has to ask her if she's okay, even though it looks like she's okay. Looked like DeCesar may not have even felt the shot hitting her. And she just continued on. So that gave Kent Place's defense a chance to at least exhale. On the probe by Gideon, and the ball finally taken away by Emma Claire Quinn. 2:35 remaining. And a timeout taken by Kent Place coach Ashley Quinn, if anything, just to rest her players. The Dragons are able to stand like they have a moat in front surrounding Charlotte Cody, who came up with one save on the 2 shots that were attempted. And it is still 4-4 with 2:32 to play in this opening half from the Prep A final. So the Royals here to talk it over, and for this Oak Knoll program, again being so young, on Saturday, they were the 1 seed. They lost the 2-seeded Summit in the Union County final, but Summit, ranked number 1 in the current NJ.com top 20, was able to turn the tables on them after Oak Knoll won 8-7 in the regular season April 11th. Oak Knoll was held to their lowest goal total since losing the Mountain Lakes back in 2016, and it snapped a 4-game winning streak. And Summit's defense also held Oak Knoll to just 6 shots on goal. And that is a number, if the stats were available, you might have to go back decades the last time Oak Knoll had 6 shots or fewer, while the Hilltoppers, they had 25 shots in the game. So it's certainly a game that Gianna Scroy is hoping that should do a lot for her team, where they saw the film, the team morale went down rather than the execution, and they have to understand the leadership wins games, and she needs her younger players to start to get older here a month plus into the season in order for Oak Knoll to kind of reach the usual heights that they're accustomed to, and certainly play older, and certainly perhaps handle the emotions of tight games as the way an older player would. So that's what the Royals are certainly dealing with here after being shut down for, I'd say unofficially, a 5.5-minute possession. And now Kent Place still has to clear the ball. The last time they tried to clear it, Sophia Loschert in the redefend was able to strip the ball and feed Zoe Harmony for an easy goal. And Kent Place will have to start with the ball behind their own goal line. So they will put attacker Sarah Stavrovich here to start it. And Stavrovich picks up the foul on Loschert. And now if you're Oak Knoll, the last thing you want to do is commit a yellow to open up the field more. Stavrovich forced to the sideline. She picks up a foul. They will put, I think, Gunther behind. As it's swung here near side for Riley Doyle from Ryder. And down the middle, Emma Claire Quinn. And the Dragons are finally on the offensive end with 1:40 to play first half in a 4-4 game. They jumped out 4-0. Got a pair of goals from Caitlin Quinn that were sandwiched around a timeout at 3-0 by Oak Knoll coach Gianna Scroy. So here is a possession for the Dragons where I would imagine it would behoove them not to at least spend 40 seconds playing keep away and make sure they don't have to play any more defense. Stavrovic. Jones defending. Stavrovic shooting. That's off target as she rolled back. So Stavrovic taking a shot early still on this clock. Caitlin Quinn. Pressure in on Mira Emini. Recovered, though, by Emma Claire Quinn. Trying to sweep left is Caitlin Quinn. We'll get a call. And this is outside the 8, so they will put Caitlin Quinn, to the 12. Clock stop with 44 seconds showing. Here from Kemmerer Field in Green Village in Chatham Township. We get a shooting space call. And Boston College bound Emma Claire Quinn to the 8 for the first time. A great leader, a true two-way midfielder from day one in the program. Emma Claire Quinn to goal, and she'll change up her plane and shoot a sidewinder to put the Dragons ahead 5-4. First free position attempt for Kent Place, and the Dragons back in front. Asking mom and coach Ashley Quinn about daughter Emma and just what makes her truly a high Division I talent. I thought noteworthy, her fluidity, changing hands, to be able to do that while running full speed as a completely coordinated Division I lacrosse athlete. And you saw a little bit of that there. The quick jump, but then the calm, steady hands to change planes and to perhaps surprise Grace Smith in terms of where the shot was released from just below the hip and then up. Royals come up with the draw control. Final 12 seconds off the sweep. Feed came in front. It was deflected, I think. Caitlin Quinn. Ball on the ground. Loescher turns, shoots, never got through. Final seconds here, and Didden will not be able to get a shot off. So Kent Place comes up with 2 defensive stands in that second quarter. One that lasted probably 6 minutes. And then the Dragons get a goal from E.C. Quinn, and then one just before the second quarter clock expired. What a game we have in the New Jersey Prep A Girls Lacrosse Final. 6-time defending champion Oak Knoll, the top seed. They trail 3-seeded Kent Place 5-4 at halftime. We'll be back in 6 minutes from now with the third quarter from Play by Play Productions on YouTube. And welcome back live here from Play by Play Productions on YouTube. Here from Green Village, New Jersey. Battle of two private schools in Summit in New Jersey. Prep A Girls Lacrosse Championship is a tremendous game. Three-seeded Kent Place has a 5-4 lead over six-time defending champion and top seed Oak Knoll, 5-4. Kent Place in the green on green. They come up with the opening draw and possession from Caitlin Quinn again on the circle. Quinn in the first quarter was able to grab uncontested ground balls. Betsy Burton of Oak Knoll off the circle. She had her way in the second quarter. It was a 4-4 game, and Oak Knoll had a nearly 6-minute possession to try to take the lead. They could not take it. Here off the face dodge, Emma Claire Quinn turns back and shows her fluidity. Back out to Mira Emini. Kent Place had started off the game leading 4-0. Caitlin Quinn has 2 goals. E.C. Quinn handling here has won the go-ahead off a free position late in the second quarter. Sarah Stavrovich. Stavrovich will jump it over. Back behind for Lily Gomes. Gomes was involved very early. Good feed in front, catch and finish. Terrific find, Caitlin Quinn. She locates the cutter. It's freshman Caitlin Troiano, and the Dragons lead by 2. Caitlin Troiano also made the varsity soccer team this year for the Dragons. And the small school, you have numerous multi-sport athletes on both sides. And Troiano, her athleticism fits right away into 2 varsity sports. And she's learned how to play well within a 7-on-7 scheme in terms of as a cutter. And so many times the jump up from the JV and the middle school level in these sports is what to do without the ball, because the dominant player at those ages that can jump right into varsity based off of athleticism typically are good with the ball and haven't quite learned what to do really well yet without it. But Troiano has fit in very well with all the older players, and she's able to produce her 11th of the season. Draw control will belong to Oak Knoll. In terms of history, so the Royals have captured this championship 6 straight years. Last time they lost 2016, 12-11 to Lawrenceville Prep. While Kent Place, based on my research dating back through 2011 and talking to people that have been around a long time, it is believed Kent Place has never won the Prep A. So here they are in position with a team that has 2 Division I bound seniors in Lily Gomes and Claire Quinn. Can they hang on? They have a senior goalie that will go to Williams, and one of the tremendous senior classes that Kent Place has produced in a while. They spent time in the Freedom South, not in the Stars and Stripes division. The Stars and Stripes division is essentially the ability-based league. There are now 3 divisions in that invite-only ability-based league. Here is Burton. And they are in their 2nd year back playing in the Stars and Stripes, as further evidence of the reascension of Kent Place girls lacrosse. They've had Division I talents going back to Allie Rogers, who was a high school All-American. Class of 2011, who went on to play at Princeton. Among many others, they just did not have deep teams, being a small school averaging about 75 per grade. Trying to squeeze her way through, and I think an offensive foul is called against Heather DeCesar. Well, DeCesar might have lowered the shoulder. I did not catch if they said she stepped in the crease or not. But Kent Place does turn over Oak Knoll. Now Rachel Ryder. As she sends over the top here for Troiano, and the Dragons with a successful clear. Clears have been a bit of an adventure for Kent Place. As Gomes will deal it back behind for Brzezowski. Emily, path to Cage. Took the quick shot. She's got backup from Gomes. Dragons led 4-0. Oak Knoll came back to tie it. Kent Place got the final goal before half to lead 5-4. Dragons got a goal from Troiano, assisted from Caitlin Quinn, to open up the third quarter score. Van Raphorst, from a tremendous family of athletes. Caroline Raphorst is a lefty defender. Just a sophomore, her cousin, the tremendous Cade Van Raphorst, who plays in the PLL as a defender, two-time first-team All-American at Duke. Emini. And Emini did not try her or trust her left hand there. They keep it going. Brzezowski. Look to the front briefly for Gomes. Stavrovic. And Brzezowski. Stavrovic swings. AC Quinn. And we'll get a call inside from all the movement, and now it is the Royals' turn to play tons of defense here, 6-4. Kent Place with 6:50 and counting, third quarter. Caitlin Troiano, 8-meter off wing. Troiano, good jump to Cage. Caitlin Troiano with the first two of the third quarter for Kent Place. And the Dragons 2 for 2 from the 8. So in a game in which the young Kent Place players certainly have to play well in, and while they do have maybe a little bit more in the senior class than Oak Knoll, but they're also playing a lot of underclassmen too. And Troiano now up to 12 in the season. Season high 3-goal game came against Montclair. Season high 5 points against Dwight Englewood. Emma Claire Quinn will draw against 5'8" freshman Genevieve Gunter. And again, Emma Claire will work it off the circle for younger sister Caitlin, and here is Emini. Well, Kent Place has shown, especially early going, maybe they want to take a little time off the clock. Gomes, and Gomes with a dangerous check near the face as she squeezed through sophomores Carly Caesar and Caroline Van Raphorst with 6 minutes to go. Gomes, a natural lefty. She'll take the shot here. Save made high. Stick side right at Grace Smith. So Gomes decided to go for it there. Lily will head to Coastal Athletic Association Power Stony Brook. That's the program that has risen the most nationally over the last decade. Under Coach Joe Spallina, they lost in the NCAA second round on Sunday on the road at Syracuse after defeating Syracuse in the regular season. As we'll get a card coming out for the first time today. Carson Didden took a stick in the chest, and Lily Gomes will pick up the yellow. Here at 5:26, so Didden will have to exit until she catches her breath because of the stoppage to injury, and Gomes will sit. So Oak Knoll will look for a clear and then be player up here for 2 minutes. Loschert. And into the box for Oak Knoll. 7-on-6 begins. Lefty Maris McGinty comes in again for the Royals, so her speed to dodge from the elbows could be a factor here, as well as being a lefty. to skip the ball over to. Didn't. Here is McGinty. Zoe Harmony, low shirt, saw a brief opening. There was a whistle, hold on a second. And the shot counts at 7-5. So did not catch who put that away. It may have been Carson Didden on the rebound. But a player-up goal for Oak Knoll. Gomes is still in the box. Draw control that Loschert is able to recover. So Burton is in. And a second crack at a 7-on-6 player up for the Royals. Feed on the sneak, Harmony, and Harmony has it. Zoe Harmony, key there was great patience as she curled and circled all the way to the other side. Great story as Gianna Scroy describing Zoe. So one of the best Dodgers she's had in a long while. There is just no defender that Oak Knoll has in their roster right now that can stop her shiftiness. And Harmony was able to circle and take it all the way across before anybody can get within range to stick out a stick for a trail check. So the Royals were able to come up with two after the Gomes card. And off the defensive restraining box, that's Sarah Stavrovich. Card was at the 5:26 mark. Gomes gets up and is about ready to check back in. Kent Place is in. And Gomes back on the field, and the Dragons' lead is just one. Burton pressuring Emily. Troiano, there goes pressure as Tallulah Stebbings saw that pass being floated. An ice hockey player, so clearly not afraid of any contact. Stebbings went after it and commits the foul on Molly Brzezowski, also an ice hockey player who had no problem taking the contact. Here's Gomes. Two lefties matching up as Van Raphorst chases her out of the crease area. Emily whips it here for Troiano, who's got the last two for Kent Place. And Troiano stepped out of bounds. So the extended pressure here by Maris McGinty, and now an offensive foul by McGinty as Troiano wins it back. Dragons brought back a lot of offensive talent. The defensive end was where they had graduations, graduating 3 senior defenders, 2 senior goalies. So it's an offense that has a lot of built-in chemistry. 5 of the 7 players being returners. Ball fed in for the cutting Emma Claire Quinn, and it could not be gathered. And Carson Didden is able to come up with the ground ball. So Grace Smith fires down the middle, and Sophia Loschert sprints ahead on a hop for Lauren Dietrich, and the clear successful for Oak Knoll as we'll reach the final minute of the 3rd quarter in a well-played New Jersey Prep A championship. Certainly a measuring stick game for a Kent Place program that over the last decade has never beaten Oak Knoll. Based on the records in the history books, through 2011, they have never won this championship. Oak Knoll, 6-time defending champs, ranked number 3 in the state. They are a name brand program both in the state and nationally. Burton, great passing in front, and Loschert hits the pipe. Hit the pipe with the shot. Great pass by Heather DeCesar from below GLE. And Kent Place comes up with it for the final 25 seconds. Aaron passed through. Carly Caesar was on it, and Caesar does follow it and come up with the ground ball. Short time for Oak Knoll. Dietrich fires in front. Loschert does not miss this one. And we're tied at 7 with 6 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Good find by Dietrich. Kent Place was a clear away from having the lead going into the 4th. So Sophia Loschert has tallied 3 times today. Loschert, playing for Steps Lacrosse, has also been a counselor at Swax, working with very young players, here. And her mentality, she has worked so much on that Gianna Scroy has noticed, to try to bring the young players up to that pursuit of a championship and playing as a team, working ultra hard to capture a tough non-public A, as we'll get a redo. Again, the state cutoff is Saturday. Oak Knoll starts the day 2nd behind Trinity Hall in the non-public A power points. Kent Place is in 3rd. So a gigantic game in potential non-public A state tournament seeding. Oak Knoll still has West Essex and Ridgewood, a gigantic game against Ridgewood on Saturday. So we'll get a foul here. While Kent Place just has Glenridge on Thursday before the cutoff. 7 all as we go to the 4th quarter in what has been an awesome New Jersey Prep A Girls Lacrosse Championship game. 6-time defending champion Oak Knoll is tied with 3rd-seeded Kent Place as we go to the 4th from Play by Play Productions. Start of the fourth quarter tied at 7. Ralph Bednarczyk on hand here from Kemmerer Field in Green Village. Two private schools located in Summit, New Jersey, meeting again. Oak Knoll and Kent Place tied up at 7. Kent Place in another tight game. 4 of their 14 wins have come via tight quarters, 3 one-goal wins and a 2-goal win. While the Royals, they have had to climb out of a 4-goal deficit early and then a 3-goal deficit midway through the third. Draw control again. Caitlin Quinn off the circle is able to beat Betsy Burton to it. And that has been a terrific battle within the battle. Emma Claire Quinn retreats, looking to draw and dump. Emily under pressure, and she was chased from behind. We've had one extremely long defensive stand from Kent Place, about a 6-minute possession that they held Oak Knoll to just 2 shots and 1 save as Caroline Van Rophorst will come up with a ground ball, and up ahead transition for the Royals. Sophia Loschert. And Loschert puts on the brakes. Oak Knoll has never led in this game. Then a trout check from behind, and the loose ball picked up by Cody. Perhaps from behind, Emma Claire Quinn was able to just jar it free from behind. And Cody will get it ahead. And here on the circle is Ava Shannon. The recharged Ava Shannon, who during that 6-minute defensive stand was the backer in the zone that ran out of gas, as here is Burton coming up with a takeaway, failed clear by Kent Place. So Dietrich. Marish McGinty, another run for the Royals. And for Kent Place, they typically don't sub much. Legs have been such a variable for the Dragons deep into games. I haven't noticed if Ashley Quinn has gone to the bench once at all. McGinty sweeping across for the lefty. Royals able to back it up. Probably the next player, we might see Bridget Smallman as a junior defender for the Dragons to maybe give one of the midfielders even a 3-minute break. Or to move players around in the lineup, maybe put Molly Brzezowski even on midfield. Those kinds of options where you can rest people on attack briefly. As this pass from Dietrich crosses the restraining, and no, it did not reach Stavrovich, who was backed up and handled by Didden. Meanwhile, Oak Knoll has been able to sub in, looks like a good 4 players off the bench. Dietrich. Harmonty. Feed it. There is the finish. They've been looking for that all day. Harmonty found Betsy Burton. This time as she turned, she was by herself, and Oak Knoll leads for the first time. 8-7 Royals with 8:46 to play. So it would look like it would be yet another very long possession and defensive stand for the Dragons. Numerous times in the second quarter, the ball was fed to the crease where Burton was able to catch but not turn and shoot. It would have been a dangerous propel. And that one small instance, she found herself open. Draw control, Gunter. This time nearly a one-on-one, but Betsy Burton stepped into the circle and was able to capture it. Tallulah Stebbins able to release forward for NJISAA. And this pass knocked down by Claire Pawlowski. Oak Knoll keeps it, and I think, well, procedure was called by the official, and I think it's on Heather NJISAA. But I have no idea what she could have done.
Pick one off here. Let's go. Pick one off.
I did not see if she had dropped her stick in any way. So a break for Kent Place, and Charlotte Cody with Kent Place trailing for the first time. Oak Knoll will pick up in a full field ride and test a senior hockey star. Cody was a 3-year starting ice hockey goalie at Kent Place, over 1,100 career saves. Spent 3 years in the JV as Kent Place had older experienced players, including noteworthy starter the last 3 years, Heidi Rosalie. Rosalie is now at Johns Hopkins. Other defensive starters, Lily Eccles, Notre Dame, Chloe Nicolas at Duke, and Amanda DiTomaso at Bates. So a tremendous defensive group that Kent Place graduated from, a team that went 10-11 last year, but 1-8 in the Stars and Stripes South Division. But they brought back a lot of offensive firepower, a lot of belief that would be possible in the second year playing in the ability-based league, the Stars and Stripes. And the defense has been able to come together with some seniors like Ryder and Pawlowski that have stepped up. Here is Cody. Now Oak Knoll went out to pressure her, and she was able to find Caitlin Quinn. So Oak Knoll got tired of waiting. Quinn's pass for Troiano. And Gomes will take it behind with 6:20 to play, fourth quarter. And this could be the key possession. And this pass knocked down by Burton. And it is recovered by Emma Claire Quinn. And here is a timeout by Ashley Quinn to talk it over in what is the game's biggest possession. Well, Ashley Quinn played for the late great Diane Jeppy Akins at Loyola. She's from Medford, New Jersey. Had been coaching mainly youth and travel lacrosse. 2016, she was an assistant coach under Coach Cunningham over at Stevens Tech before getting the job ahead of the spring 2017 season at Kent Place, where her daughters were attending, and then eventually knowing that she would be able to coach her daughters with young Addison on the way that will join Kent Place next year. And certainly the two areas, it's will they have enough legs in this case? Last game for Kent Place at Summit in the Union County semifinal, which took place on the 8th, so again 6 days ago, so they should have pretty good legs coming in, but they just didn't have the legs to compete deeper into the fourth quarter with all the firepower and the depth at Summit. And Coach Mike Walsh has it was a 16-6 final. And today, Ashley Quinn felt we have to play with belief. Her team showed that, come out with energy, high energy. They did that, led 4-0 midway through the first quarter, and had the ball with a chance to take a 5-0 lead before Carson Didden had an excellent defensive play, a clean interception. As a play that still in the context of this game still feels and looms large. And Ashley Quinn has been, in addition to coaching with Stevens, she's coached with Steps Lacrosse and various youth programs. She's coached a lot of young players that eventually went on to play at Oak Knoll and Kent Place too. And now the Dragons trailing 8-7. They lost in the semifinals of this tournament to Oak Knoll last year 15-2. 2 years ago in the final 13-7. So they have pushed a young Oak Knoll team far into the fourth quarter with under 6 minutes to go. The double on Emily. And Emily got dangerously close to the restraining line. Well-timed double team by Oak Knoll. And the speed of McGinty and also Betsy Burton. out of the timeout. Feed down low, tough catch, and Brzezowski. And there's no backup. Brzezowski might have stepped in the crease anyway. No backup, and Oak Knoll has it. So Oak Knoll's pressure sped up Kent Place a little bit. Maybe a forced pass to the crease by Caitlin Quinn to Molly Brzezowski. And the Royals come up with the takeaway. And now how will Oak Knoll handle this? Remember, they were able to play an aggressive keep away for a full 6 minutes in the second quarter. So they will space the field. And at what juncture will Kent Place start to double the ball? Again, no shot clock in high school boys and girls lacrosse yet in New Jersey. It is around the corner in 2025 in New York State. And certainly other states will be following. Feed for Harmony, and Harmony, the shot goes in. Zoe Harmony. Charlotte Cody looked like she got a piece of it as it tripled across the goal line. Now it's a 2-goal Oak Knoll lead, 9-7. Third goal for Zoe Harmony. And Oak Knoll has put together 5 straight after trailing 7-4. And the 2 goals during the Lily Gomes card also looming very large in this game. Critical draw control grab by Emma Claire Quinn. Still life for Kent Place. Emily swings it. Quinn with McGinty just running onto the field, so a missed opportunity for the Dragons. Quinn at the edge of the 8 is fouled. It will not be in free position. Just outside the 8. The closest Kent Place has played Oak Knoll in many years. When you look at recent history, you have to go back to 2019. There's a tight game there. And a whistle and a foul. And we'll have an 8-meter here for Lily Gomes. Gomes protecting the stick and scores. Second for Lily Gomes. It's a 1-goal game with plenty of time. And Kent Place is 3 for 3 on free position. Once again, Emma Claire Quinn for Kent Place, and freshman Genevieve Gunther for Oak Knoll. And this is Caitlin Quinn that was able to catch the ball in flight. So the Quinn sisters working their magic on the draw control. Feed in front. Emily could not get the shot off. Bothered from behind by Didden, and it's pinned to the turf here by Grace Smith. Under 3 minutes left. And Oak Knoll needing a clear, and then they can play keep away. Carly Caesar. Senior Grace Smith was primarily kind of the second half goalie the last 3 years. Splitting time. The first year that she is playing the full game. And Oak Knoll with McGinty, a deflected pass. Burton chases, and Burton is able to catch up to it, and a timeout taken by Oak Knoll. Nervous moments there. Zoe Harmony, almost a dangerous play where she was trying to set like a pick to allow Burton to go get the ball, and if you're not set there, that's like a moving screen. But Oak Knoll is able to get the timeout with 2:20 to play. And for Gianna Scroy, the last time they had the ball in this situation, they went for the shots, and a Zoe Harmony goal with 4:27 left to try to go up by 2. So the young Royals, having trailed 4-0 and 7-4, on the verge of a hard-fought win. Only 4 to 5 upperclassmen playing consistently in this game. Maybe the youngest team Oak Knoll has had ever. The team in 2021 that Oak Knoll had, while they didn't have a ton of experience, that team did have a ton of seniors and college-bound athletes like the Ramseys, who went on to play field hockey. But those were older players. And now, how will this Oak Knoll offense connect and play as a unit 7-on-7? Oak Knoll has a 2-goal win over Sacred Heart of Long Island April 20th, 1-goal win at Summit April 25th, and a 2-goal win at Pingree, who they also could see in the non-public state tournament deep in the tournament. Last year, in the non-public A championship game, Oak Knoll won the state 11-8 over 2-seeded Pingree. They start with Lowshirt, the senior, who swings for the sophomore Dietrich. And now out wide for DeCesar, and back to safety here for the speed of Maris McGinty. Dietrich. Cody remains in goal for Kent Place. So at some point, Ashley Quinn will make the signal, and Cody may vacate, and we could see a field player come on and cross the restraining line to pressure the ball. Dietrich. Harmony. So tough to catch up to. Cody will look again at the bench with 1:20 left. Oak Knoll trying to complete a comeback and capture their 7th straight Prep A championship. They lead at 9-8. They've scored 5 in a row. Cody now officially out of cage. Harmony sprints near side for Carson Didden. Didden with under a minute to go for Oak Knoll. Another potential character-building game for the Royals. Trying to respond off of their drubbing at the hands of rival Summit Saturday in the Union County Final at Arthur L. Johnson High School in Clark. McGinty, 35 seconds left. Cody still remaining in cage. And time for the Dragons to perhaps unleash her. Dietrich in the corner. Betsy Burton. And this is the scenario, of course, that observers of high school girls lacrosse cannot wait to see the shot clock, particularly for these scenarios. Final seconds. Oak Knoll is going to kill the rest of the clock as the Royals come from behind and they stun Kent Place. The Royals make it 7 straight Prep A championships. A hard-fought 9-8 victory for the number 3 ranked team in the state. Second 1-goal win of the season by these young Royals, only playing about 5 upperclassmen. And they pull out of an early 4-0 deficit and an early third quarter deficit of 7-4 to win this one 9-8 at Kemmerer Field. A thrilling game. Zoe Harmony, who missed practice yesterday, came off the bench midway through the first quarter. She came up with 3 goals, including the eventual winner, along with an assist. And for Kent Place, they show the state, while they will perhaps fall to the 3 or the 4 spot in the non-public A state PowerPoint should these two meet again for Ashley Quinn and her daughters, the Quinn sisters, Emma Claire and Caitlin, and their other seniors. That Kent Place can certainly play with Oak Knoll and perhaps have their moment to defeat rival Oak Knoll for the first time in over at least 15 years based on how far the records go back. This is the closest the Dragons have played Oak Knoll since at least 2011, and having a 1-goal game against the Royals. 9-8 is our final score today. Sophia Loschert also with 3 goals today to lead Oak Knoll, with Harmony having 3 and 1. Lily Gomes with 2. Caitlin Quinn had 2 goals and an assist today to pace the Dragons. Kent Place falls to 14 and 3 on the season. Oak Knoll back in the win column, now 13 and 4 on the year. So congratulations to the Royals. After losing in Saturday's Union County Tournament final, they come back and capture some hardware here before they set their sights on West Essex and Ridgewood on Saturday towards that #1 seed in the upcoming non-public A state tournament. That'll do it for all of us here. For our executive producer, Simon Rosenwasser, and our director today, Body by Jay Gallagher, my name is Ralph Bednarczyk saying so long and goodbye from Kemmerer Field in Green Village. Final score, Oak Knoll makes it 7 straight New Jersey Girls Lacrosse Prep A Championships, 9-8 over Kent Place. Goodbye from Play by Play Productions on YouTube.